All right, seventh grader is going to run through quick review here before you take your second quiz. Write each percent as a fraction. All right, so 24% percents are always out of 100. However, that's not in the most simple form. I bet I can simplify it to get 6 over 25. And then it does say as a decimal. So again, 24%. If I move the decimal over 1, oops, let's see here, let's get a different color. If I move it over 1, 2 spots, that gives me 0.24 as a decimal. 72%, percents are always out of 100. Now I think what's the greatest common factor between 72 and 100? Maybe I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I do know that they have a 2. So I can start by dividing by 2 and get 36 over 50. This also can still be divided by 2. So I could get 18 over 25. And let's see here, 6, 12, 18, no, 3, no, 5, no. I think this is as far, 9, no. I think that's as far as we can go. Okay, and then as a decimal, again, it'd be 0.72, moving it over 2 spots. 8% as a decimal is 8 over 100. Divide the top and the bottom by 4. I'm going to get 2 25ths. 8%, remember, you have to move it over 2 spots. So that's like going 1, oh, why does it keep doing that? 1, 2. So I have to insert a 0 here. So as a decimal, it's 0.08. 8%. If you don't put that 0 in front, it's like saying 0.8. That would be 80%. So this one is 0.5%. So that means, hey, this is out as a percent, 0.5. Let's get a decimal. So I'm going to go 1, 2. This is 0.005. So this is like saying 5 over 1,000, 5 thousandths. Divide the top and the bottom by 5, and I get 1 over 2,000. Write each number as a percent, round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So again, 0.3, I need to multiply by 100, which essentially moves this 1, 2 spots over. Oops, excuse me, what am I doing? Write each number as a percent, 0.3. So again, turning it from a decimal to a percent, that's like saying it's the same thing as 0.003, which would be 3 1,000ths. What? No, Mr. Larson's going crazy. Mr. Larson had it right the first time. 0.3, okay, as a decimal. If we move this over, we're going to multiply it by 100. 1, 2, and I'm going to add a 0. So this is the same thing as 30%. Wow, sorry. I'm keeping you on your toes. Again, multiply by 100, move it over. That's going to give me 33%. 1/3 as a decimal is 0.3333333. It keeps going on and on and on forever. So when I move this, if I multiply it by 100, it's going to be 1, 2, 33.33333. But right here it says to the nearest tenth. So I'm just going to say 33.3. Multiply by 100, I get 35%. 16 over 18. Again, I want to get this as a decimal. So 16 over 18 as a decimal is 0.888888888. It's repeating. What is going on? Oh my gosh. I do not know what I did. Okay, we got rid of it, whatever that was. Again, this could be the same thing as 8/9, which as a decimal is 0.8 ... which means when we multiply it by 100, we are going to have 88.8%, but it really goes 0.88888, which means we better bump this up. So we better get an answer of 88.9%. 0.21 multiply by 100, you get 2.1%. 120 divided by 50 gives me 2.4, which again, if I multiply by 100, it's going to give me 240%. And multiply by 100, I get 0.64%. Write and solve an equation. 35% of what number is 70? The key for this is to keep this idea of part over whole. So again, in proportions, my whole, or my percents, my whole is always 100. And since I know this is 35, I'm going to put 35 here equals, I want to know 35% of what number? So what my big number is, I want that to equal 70. Cross multiply, 70 times 100 is 7,000 equals 35x. Divide by 35. And you get x equals 200. So the answer for this one, 35% of what number is 70? 70 is 35% of 200. That's another way to say it. So set up our equation, part over whole, 68 over 100 equals, find 68% of 300. So that means my total is 300, and I'm trying to figure out what's left over. Cross multiply, 300 times 68, 20,400 equals 100x. When you divide by 100 on both sides, you cancel out some zeros. You get x equals 204. X equals 204. What percentage of 180 is 9? So my total is 180, and I want to figure out what percent 9 is. So again, part over whole, 9 is the part, 180 is the whole. I don't know what this is, but I know that percents are always out of 100. So when I cross multiply, I get 900 equals 180x. And when you divide by 100 on both sides, or you divide by 180 on both sides, you get 5 equals x. So what percent of 180 is 9? 5, and I'm going to add in 5%. Now this one, what percent of 56 is 3.5? So it's kind of the similar setup to the last one. Part over whole, 3.5 over 56 equals x over 100. 350 equals 56x. Divide by 56. 350 divided by 56 is 6.25. Find each percent change. Okay, so again, make sure you have this formula written down. New minus original divided by original. And then whatever you get, to turn it into a percent, you need to multiply by 100. That's your percent change formula. So if I start here, this is my original. This is my new. So I'm going to go 90 minus 120 divided by 120, negative 30 over 120. I know that that's going to give me negative 1/4, which equals negative 0.25. And then you need to multiply it by 100 to get a percent. So we're going to get negative 25%. Again, it makes sense that our answer is negative because we started with 120 and ended at 90. So original, new, 148. Oh, excuse me, new minus original. So I'm going to go 37 minus 148 divided by 148. 37 minus 148 is negative 111 over 148. You can use a calculator on this test. So again, feel free to use a calculator on this one. You should get negative 0.75, which as a percent is negative 75%. Now these ones, I'm starting with a smaller number and ending with a bigger number. So my answer should be positive. I should have a positive answer. 342 minus 248, or 285. 57 over 285 is 0.2, which when you multiply it by 100, move that decimal over, you get 20%. Positive. Original, new, 250 minus 1,000 all over 1,000. Negative 750 all over 1,000 equals negative 3/4 if you simplify it, which gives me negative 75%. Two answers had negative 75%. Huh. Last part, markups and discounts. A baseball cap that cost a retailer $5 was marked up by 85%. Remember, this $5 is what starts at 100%. Because we're trying to find the selling price. So we would say, okay, marked up means adding. So 100% plus 75% is 175%. Let's turn that into a decimal and say 1.75 times 5 equals $8.75. That's the selling price. So again, if I just wanted the markup, I would just do 0.75 times 5, and then I would add it to what I started with. I did that with my percents, and I said, well, I already know that I'm starting at $5, which is 100%, and I'm adding 75% markup. Peaches that are usually priced at $2 per pound are on sale for 15% off. So again, start at 100%. I'm taking away 15%, so that means I'm 85% on. And then $2 multiplied by 85% as a decimal is 0.85, which gives me 1.7 or $1.70. T-shirt costs $11 and it's on sale for 10% off. So again, $11 times 10% off means it's 0.9% on. 11 times 0.9 is 9.9. So $9.90. A pair of shoes costs Foot Locker $56.40. The markup is 17%. So 56.4 multiplied by 1.17. 65.988. Remember, we can't have more than two decimal places for money. So we're going to round that up to $65.99. A car originally priced at $12,000 is sold at a 20% discount. So I guess we'll do this one slightly different. So let's find the markup first, or the discount first. So 11 times 0.2. So 12,000 times 0.2. That's going to give me 2,400. And then I'm going to take what I started with and subtract 2,400. Okay, so 12,000 minus 2,400, which is going to give me 9,600. So the car sold for $9,600 after a $2,400 discount.